Everyone, this week is Parshas Bereshit, and as I make this video, record this video, we have our brothers and sisters, many of our children who are fighting in harm's way to protect Medina Israel and the citizens of Israel. I hope my message will be somewhat of a source of chizuk for you, as it is for me. I want to turn to Bereshit chapter 2, verses 5, 7, and 10. In verse 5, we're told that God had the vegetation all ready to go, but he did not make the rain happen because, Rashi tells us, there was no man there yet to recognize the goodness of the rain. There was no one there yet to Davin for it. In verse 7, we're told that Adam Arishon, is created as a nishmas chayim, as God blew in the life into man. Targum Yonason tells us that means he had the power of speech. God blew into him the essence of speech. And finally, in verse 10, we're told that God created a river in the Garden of Eden, of Gan Eden, to water the garden. So Rabbi Shimon Schwab asks a very simple question. If God created man as a speaker, there was no one else to speak to there. Who was he going to speak to? The animals? I don't think that's the reason. Rabbi Shimon Schwab said it was to speak to God. And when we speak to God, we call that tefillah, to pray to God, to engage with God. Verse 7 tells us God didn't make it rain, therefore the vegetation didn't come through. And he was waiting for man to daven for it. Then why in verse 10 does it tell us there was a river that was watering the garden? The garden didn't need any rain. So Rabbi David Feinstein Zal says, because outside the garden it was desolate. That's what the verse 5 was referring to. Rain had not yet reached a desolate part of the world. Outside the garden, wilderness, desert. Inside the garden, it's all good, it's all great. Where was Adam? Adam was placed in the garden. But his job was to pray for the needs of outside the garden. So instinctively, I understand that many of us who have family in Israel, and for those who don't, we have names in our Sidurim to daven for the welfare and safety of all the citizens of Israel. We may be in a garden, and maybe we have everything we need. We don't have sirens. We don't have to run into bomb shelters. But the chesed and the kindness, what people are doing, is amazing right now. But the Torah is teaching us, don't forget to daven. I have the names of all my cousins. I have the names of my friends. And when I daven, I say each one carefully. I want to share one idea. I've been struck by so many emails that I've been receiving from so many people that I have not heard from in so long, asking me, how are you? I'm thinking about you and your family. I was walking home from shul on Simchas Torah on Sunday, and people, strangers, stopped me in the street and said, I'm sorry. And I looked at them, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your people. I'm sorry for what you're going through. May God protect you. May God bless your people. I am struck by how so many are reaching out. I went to a rally yesterday in the city with SAR high school students, and again, people stopping me in the street and saying, God bless the people of Israel. And so may their prayers be heard as well as our prayers. May God bless the people of Israel, and may this be resolved speedily, and may all the soldiers and all the citizens of Israel be safe. Shabbat Shalom.